What is up? What is up, everybody? Let me get rid of this thing. Meow. All right. It's your boy Troy. We are back with another episode of Men's Mental Health Monday. And guess what, motherfuckers? It's June 1st. That means it is a whole month of men's mental health, and we are here. We are about it, and we are going to continue to push and advocate for it. With all that being said, we have a lot going on this month. We've got a crazy guest coming on in a couple of weeks. We've had some new additions to the team, and one of the new team members is actually here, not in person, but he is here to kind of get into who he is and how he's gonna help the team, how we're all gonna flourish, and how we're all gonna survive. So, with that being said, let's give a warm Men's Mental Health Podcast welcome to my boy Shawn. Shawn, my guy, I appreciate you coming out here, man.
Yes, sir.
Dude, so so you kind of came on the team as of recently. We've been talking a lot about your TikTok skills and that kind of stuff. So we appreciate you helping push the brand and push the show and kind of be a part of this.
Yeah, of course.
So I do have a question. What made you want to do something like this?
To be honest, I actually haven't thought about it too much. But I've been following along for a little bit. I actually found you on a Facebook page. And I
Yeah,
saw
that
the
that
motive
dad
that you.
swag page, right?
Yep, yep, right
Yeah.
here on Facebook. I've been watching, seeing you post in there what your motive was. And I've struggled a lot myself with mental health. And I was like, oh, cool relation. So that's
Right.
pretty much what it was: is finding that relation with other people.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's something that a lot of people can. I don't want to say the word bond, but for lack of a better word, it's something that people can bond over. You know what I mean? It's similar experiences and coping mechanisms and learning how everybody else played, and you know what I mean. So it's
Oh, for
dope.
sure.
It's definitely dope, and I really appreciate all of the help that you've put on thus far. Getting the TikTok up and running and doing all that. So big ups for that. Seriously, that's been a huge help.
Yeah, I got you.
So, how old are you? You're in your early 20s, right?
Yeah, I'm 24. I'll be 25 in August.
Okay. Now, are you? I know. Are you a dad? Are you
Yeah,
like
yeah, I'm a
okay?
dad. Yep, I have a 6-year-old son.
6-year-old son. Damn, lucky. I am a girl dad through and through.
Okay.
Um, I have four of them, and we were contemplating trying for one more, but I just don't want to run the risk of having another girl trying to get to that boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So it's dope. So you 6 years old. That means you became a dad early.
Yep.
So you were what, 18, give or
I
take?
was 17 going on 18. Yeah, give or
Okay.
take.
Now, are you still with his mom? Are you guys still together? You guys you're
Yeah, we are.
engaged, correct?
Yep, we're engaged. We've been together since high school. So in
Oh, that's
February, we
awesome.
actually just hit 9 years.
Damn, congrats, dude. That's awesome. You guys are putting some time in and at a young age too. That's crazy. You don't see that very often anymore, you know? It's
Right.
um it's dope. So you touched on like having similar experiences or battles or traumas that you were going through, and you kind of resonated with what we do here on the show.
hmm
um what was your earliest sign of like, hey, shit's kind of getting dark, like, what are we doing here?
So earliest sign was back to childhood when my parents took me to a psychiatrist to play brain games. And when I was young, I was like, oh, games.
Of course.
But as I grew older and learned what bipolar disorder was, what just any kind of mental health illness or issues were, I was like, oh, now I understand.
Yeah, I've now, do you notice that that was more your understanding of it, was that more just because you got older, or was it like more experiences that you kind of got under your belt that gave you a wider understanding of it?
It was both more and more experiences. And even after the experiences, like my dad, he's type 2 bipolar. So it kind of just ran through the blood. And as I saw him go through his own struggles, and I got older and I went through my own struggles, it kind of was just mirror imaged almost.
Right. Yeah, that's unfortunately a lot of that shit is hereditary. A lot of that shit gets passed down through generations. And like that's the unfortunate side about this is that nobody really talks about is the hereditary side of it. You know what I mean? The the sides that might not be caused from like direct trauma and more just it's in my genes, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I've noticed that with a lot of people, like schizophrenia is one, is a big one that I've noticed, gets passed down. But are you? I'm assuming you're on a medicine regimen to treat it or to
I
maintain,
am
or
actually unmedicated.
all right,
I decided to go unmedicated right around the age of 16, pretty much when I can take myself to my own doctor's appointments and
right.
make my own decisions and stuff like that.
So now,
I did
how
not
how's that
personally
been?
like medication. It's been great. I also did smoke weed pretty much majority of the time, and I knew it didn't mix well with medications.
Right.
Um, I personally, I didn't like any of the medications, just the way I felt from them. So I kind of just resulted as weed as my, medicine.
Yeah.
And then as of January, at the beginning of the year, I actually went sober. And that's actually opened up my mind a lot more.
I've heard that. Now what do you notice more with like your everyday patterns? Like are you sleeping better? Are you having like more like nightmares from trauma or like how is that going?
I sleep a lot better. Like I can go to sleep at a decent time, wake up at a decent time, and actually feel rested.
Right.
Whereas before I would smoke, till I went to sleep, I wake up feeling groggy, head's just cloudy. But yeah, I get a lot better sleep. I do get
Right.
more lucid dreams now, because that REM sleep is back active.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
heard that from a lot of people who have taken like you're good, just go. Just can you just close that door? Because he's I've noticed that a lot of people who have gone and taken like tea breaks have noticed that, when they take those breaks for an extended period of time, their dreams come back. And then the biggest thing that I've everybody's saying is that they're more awake when they wake up. And it doesn't take it's not a process to get up. You know what I mean?
right, yeah, it's a lot easier to get up.
So unmedicated, that's impressive. Because everybody that I know that's has any form of bipolar, they're on a crazy strict medicine regimen, and it's like something that they can't really break from. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. I did not like any of the medicines. I've taken, I would think, to the count of 4, maybe 5 different ones, from being 13 years old up
Yeah,
until 17 years old. I've tried each one different times,
yeah.
and none of them made me feel as the way I felt pretty much sober.
Just raw dogging it.
Yep.
Love it. Um, so now when you feel things getting shitty again, like how do you cope and what's your go-to to like kind of get you out of that?
Um, Mainly, I just find my outlet. I usually hop on Xbox. I still vape, so nicotine kind of does help
Right.
still assert with that. I'm into cars, so I'll go for a drive,
Hell
rip it
yeah.
around a little bit.
Yeah, dude, that you got the alt track, correct? The Volkswagen?
Yep,
Yeah, dude, that thing
yeah.
is sweet. I big German car fan myself. I've had currently I drive a BMW, but I've had a couple of Mercedes, a couple Volkswagens, Audis, and all that shit. But like I love me my German cars. So yeah, I'm there. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I've been with Volkswagen since I pretty much could buy my own first car. So,
What was your
well,
first car?
my first car was actually a Chevy S10 that I bought from a friend for $1,000.
Nice.
I was getting into the car world. I was like, nah, this isn't going to cut it.
Yeah.
Um, and then another friend actually winded up totaling that. like
Shit.
rear-ending me.
Damn. And you're a taller dude, so like cars aren't like certain cars just don't work. Correct.
Oh yeah, no, I can't drive a Miata.
I was gonna say, like, what about
Miata.
like a Miata or something? But like, yeah, no, it's I get that. S10s are dope though. My mom had the Blazer version of the S10, so it had the cap and everything.
Right.
And I mean, that thing was sick. She was a drug addict and she was always all over the road when she drove. So like that motherfucker, like really, really kept me safe.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom has hopped curbs on several occasions and the fucking truck is like 45 degrees in the air and it just came back down. So like kudos to Chevy for that. That was a
My
real
S10. I mean, I didn't think it was stolen. It definitely would have kept running, but under insurance and being only 16, 17 years old, they're like, you don't need to drive it.
right.
So they totaled it out. And I
Was it
actually lost.
a bubble body or a square body?
It was a bubble,
Oh, so much fun.
and it was in this like dark glossy blue. My dumb self plasti dipped the entire thing in a Walmart parking lot with a few friends.
Listen, we all have our moments. I've done that myself. I mean, I didn't actually go plastic dip whole cars, but I mean, I had a fucking hubcap. My first car was a 97 Subaru Legacy station wagon, okay? It was a bare bones, like no options on it. It looked like a fucking rolling tampon. I'm not even kidding. It was bright fucking red and it looked awful. Well, I took the hubcaps off of it because I wasn't cool enough for wheels. I pulled the hubcaps off of it and plasti did them bright fucking red in the Advance Auto Parts parking lot. As soon as I clocked out of work, I was like, "Yo, what a fucking weeb, dude."
Yeah, after that S10, I wound up buying a Mark V Rabbit. And that night we had a car meet and the silver hubcaps just weren't cutting it. So their friend was like, I got black spray paint. So
Sign me up.
we black spray painted the hubcaps right in the Walmart parking lot at a car meet.
That's fucking sick. I love it. Dude, I kind of miss that, like the old days of like being able to rice out cars and just really not give a fuck what anybody says. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now it's just a trend setting thing.
It is, dude. Like every car has like the like cookie cutter standard build. You know what I mean? Like every Volkswagen, like Jetta, Rabbit, R32, GTI, GLI, like all of those they were all stuffed on like 15-inch basket wheels. All of them.
Yep.
And then like the Evos were all on like Works or Rays. And they were all are on the fucking what are they, the TE37s?
Yep, TE37.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that fucking wheel. If I never have to see that wheel a day in my life, I'd be happy.
But yeah, I was coming into the Volkswagen world with the Rotoform with the Sad Boy sticker.
Yep.
And either bagged or just dumped on its face.
That was the early like water cooled industry days.
Yep.
WCI. That was before the like racial slurs that came from the owner.
From water cooled, yep.
Yeah. It was crazy. And then they had that one that was on fire, center fucking page in that magazine. I don't remember what it was, but I don't know if you remember that. Were you around for that?
I don't know if I remember that at all, actually.
So it was wild. This dude's like I want to say it was an R or it was like a VR, and it's a perfect clean side shot of the entire car up in flames. Like nuts. Let's see. Volkswagen on fire. I'm sure it's
you're gonna get a lot of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. What was it? WCI?
Yeah.
I'll have to find it. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it to you because it was the funniest thing in the world. And some magazine literally used it as their centerpiece. Like it was the whole center 2 pages, and it was just the picture of this fucking car on fire. Crazy.
Yeah,
Those
I
are,
don't think I remember seeing water cooled like magazines. I know Drunk Styles had their own magazines at one point.
it might have been, I don't know. It was a wild fucking era.
Was that when H2OI was still in Wildwood, New Jersey?
Yes.
Is that the same? Okay. I slightly
Yeah.
recall.
There were, it was like a couple of years before. No, it was right when they introduced Maryland in H2O.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, which was still like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that was like 2016.
yeah, that in my opinion, 2016 was like prime car era. Like now it's fucking it's dead, dude. It's Kia boys and Honda boys just doing burnouts in fucking parking lots.
Yeah, I do. I have some pretty great memories from H2O.
That's nuts. I've never been able to attend H2O, unfortunately. That was always like a goal of mine. And then it got like really shitty to the point where like any kind of modified car was getting yacked. And I was like, fuck that, dude. Nope.
Yeah, my very first time there was driving my S10 down. I was still 17. I told my parents, "No, I'm gonna go stay over at a friend's house," and drove 4.5 hours to Maryland. And then hotel
Yo.
places just fell through, so I had to call my parents like middle of the night, like, "Hey, I need money. I need a hotel, or I'm sleeping in my truck."
Yo, that's crazy. Damn. Yeah, I never got a chance to go, and then like when I did have the opportunity to go is like when it got really shitty. So I was like, dude, I'm not bringing my car down there to possibly get pulled,
Right.
and I'm not going fucking 5 hours away from where I live in somebody else's car without the option of just taking the fuck off when I want to.
Yep.
You know? So I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and sit this out, and never went. So
Yeah, I've been there 3 or 4 times, and the very first time when I wasn't supposed to be there was probably one of the better years before that fall off, the whole trend of
yeah.
intersection takeover and stuff like that.
Yep. You were do you remember the fucking banana epidemic
Yep.
where everybody was dressed up as bananas
Oh, I
running?
watched it live and in person.
Yo, I I still to this day like go back and look up those videos cuz like man, they were funny. It's just hundreds of people dressed up in fucking banana costumes just running rampant in the streets of Maryland. It was so funny.
Yeah, I was there in person. It was great.
Oh my god. I don't know what I would have done if I was there in person. That's fucking crazy. But so I did have a question. I got into cars for my mental health. Is that something that you did too, or is that just something that your friends happen to be in and like you just kind of just got into it? Like how does that
Yeah, no.
what
So I didn't even notice it would really start helping in my mental health till like later on when I can drive and just leave whenever.
right.
But I actually got into it by watching Adam LZ, which is a pretty common answer that you ask somebody how they got into cars. I was a big
Yeah.
BMXer, scooter rider,
Okay.
and I grew up
Oh,
watching
you
his videos.
scooting, huh?
Yeah, I was scooting.
Yeah, my man
Um,
was out here scooting, cuz.
and I watched that man go from one bike living at his mom's house, putting it on his E36,
hmm
just riding around Florida. I was like, that's the life. And I
Yeah.
watched him go through college, and now he's this big multi-thousand follower influencer
Yeah.
that I actually met last year in person here in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's dope. And I mean, it's really crazy when you watch these content creators go from having, you know, a couple hundred followers where they're interacting with everybody then in the comments and like now they've gotten to a point where like they have managers that maintain, you know what I mean,
Right.
their shit and it's like damn, dude. The transformation's always crazy. I'm always rooting for those kinds of people too, you know what I mean? Like a lot into that. So it's nice to see it pay off.
Yeah, he threw on a cool event where he was partnered with BC Racing and Clean Culture, so they threw on a great event. It's just kind of like a drift days,
Mm,
track day kind of car show and car meet. And he had his green S15 there. And I just remember everyone crowding into the pits, just trying to get around him and meet him and
yeah,
stuff like that.
that's sick. That's got to be like so stressful for them. You know what I mean? Like we're just this regular old dude, and then now all
Yep.
of a sudden he's got hundreds of people swarming him to like just to be in his presence. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's wild how that works out for some people. It's dope, and we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
um, yeah, it's I have an actual meeting tomorrow with the one dude I was telling you about. I don't want to
Okay.
I don't want to say his name because it's not, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, I
It
know.
hasn't happened yet, but you know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Um,
Yep.
so like that would be a pretty cool opportunity. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into a fucking cash grab because if it does, then like that sucks. But
Right.
yeah, dude, it's been it's been crazy, and I'm really glad to have you as a part of the team. I really think that if you can just help us out with that TikTok stuff, like I think we'll make it and we'll go far. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been sticking on top of it, just watching the followers getting clips up every Monday or every Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the login to the StreamYard so that way
Okay.
you can just pull clips and pull whole episodes and like you can even chop clips that aren't even, generated after the show. You can do, I mean, fucking do whatever you
Okay.
want with it.
Cool.
Um I'm trying to like I want to do like a 30-second intro video. I don't know if I want to utilize some of those older clips or whatever, but um yeah, dude, it's dope. I'm really trying to like grow this into I don't want to say a brand, but a brand, you know what I mean? I want people to understand and know like I want to be partnering with like mental health websites. I reached out to like all of these app-based ones, so like Better Health, Talkiatry or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? All of those ones I've reached out to them and like I'm trying to, see about
Right.
sponsored deals or whatever, that would be that would be sick. Oh, we got my photographer buddy Dre up in the building. What up, Dre? He's another cool dude. I want to have him up here. He's got quite the story to tell. He's another younger dad as well, and another photographer. So like we vibed on that platform. But I kind of want to get back into like you and like your story. Like what was the childhood like? Do we have run of the mill or like what do we have there?
Yeah. So I mean, for childhood, it wasn't too bad. Um, it was more so life experiences that I grew into as I got
Yeah.
older.
Yeah.
As far as childhood, it was more so picking up those hereditary signs, like from my dad.
Right.
He struggled a lot. I watched him go in and out of 302 and hospitalization, medications. And then as I got older, I started seeing those same signs in myself. They started seeing those same signs in myself.
Yeah.
So when I can't even remember. I think I was probably 15, maybe 16. They had me tested once again. That's
Yeah.
how I found out I was bipolar. I've spoken to therapists, didn't help. I did not like talking to therapists for some reason.
Okay.
Um, it was just more a personal thing. Like I just couldn't build any kind of like connection or anything like that.
Right. So now how did that diagnosis affect you? Like was it like a relief that you got an answer or was it like, like earth shattering news? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
Like
was. I wouldn't say it was earth shattering, but it was definitely like a step back.
yeah.
Like I had to look at myself in the mirror, like how am I going to live happily? Just
Right.
with that kind of disorder. And then as I grew older, I found those outlets, found the hobbies, and found ways to actually cope with it.
Yeah. So now, what are I know we kind of touched on a couple, but like for people that might be in the same boat, unmedicated, but like want to learn some of those, what are those coping mechanisms that you're using? Like, what do we got?
Yeah, coping mechanisms. Obviously, I have a kid, so I try and spend a lot of time with him,
Yeah,
even though he drives me up the walls crazy. But
I get it.
I'll play games. Being a car person, that's a really great outlet. Just
Yeah,
getting in a car, working on a car, just trying to find your just your personality in what you like to do.
right,
Whether it's singing, drawing, coloring, there's so many things that you can find to actually cope.
right.
Um, for my father, he actually found his faith in Christianity again. That was his big coping mechanism, reading the Bible every night.
Yeah.
Um, so that was definitely a big thing for sure. I personally haven't gotten into that. Um, I wouldn't say I'm a very religious person.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hated when they dragged me to church. I never understood why they did it. But
Yeah.
as I grow older, I can understand.
Yeah. It's more of humans innately need to have something to believe in. I feel like to like ease the effects of like our own mortality, if that
Oh,
makes any
for sure.
sense.
Yep.
Um, and I think that's whether he exists or doesn't exist, but I feel like as a whole, like that's just what we see across the board, whether it be Allah or God or something, whatever. There's a religion everywhere, and we all just collectively need to believe in something that's bigger than us, like to justify the shit that some of us actually go through. You know
Right.
what I mean? To kind of justify continuing to push forward on the days where it feels like you can't. And a lot of people
Yeah.
rely on that and use that. And I'm not knocking it. I listen. I'm all for it. Go for, you know what I mean. Do you, boo boo? I'm right there with you. If you like it, I love it. You know what I mean. But like,
Right.
um, and I can understand that it's not for everybody. And I'll never be the one to be like, oh well, maybe you should try this. Boom, bow, try that. You know what I mean? No, that's not me. Never will be. Um, but everybody's got to find something to keep them going, and a lot of men, we lose that, and that's why that 1,400 men a day statistic exists.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a fucking terrible number. Like when I sat there and I like realized, I did the math this morning before I made that post. I did the math. And I was like, half a million. I mean, like, a lot of people die every day. But then I like
Right.
really
Yeah.
thought about like, all right, so like, all right, what's that every 6 months? All right, what's that every month? And it's like I just kept breaking it down, like 1,400 people a day, men a day. That's a staggering number.
It's a very big number.
And if it was attached to anything else, people would label it as an epidemic or a pandemic.
Yep.
Something that kills 500,000 people in a year's time would is the literal definition of that.
Yep.
And the fact that it like continues to get swept under the rug and shadowed by like, all right, this is gonna sound super insensitive, but like June is men's health / men's mental health month. It's also Pride Month.
Yep.
And Pride Month gets a lot more attention. And like I get it, like I understand it. Cool. I'm not knocking it in the slightest. So please don't cancel me. But we are so quick to talk about, gay, trans rights, which I'm all for. But
Hmm.
when we're talking about fundamental, like existential access, like we need access to these healthcare facilities and these systems and these opportunities that like, everybody else gets.
Yep.
And, unfortunately it starts with breaking what we were taught and
Hmm.
instilling new lessons and new information on the younger generation, and like kind of shielding them from what we were taught and what we know as fact. You know what I mean?
Nowadays, though, there is just so many free like therapists or psychologists that like you can reach out to. Like after it was probably 2 years ago, after my involuntarily 302,
Mm-hmm.
I actually sat in the hospital hallway on a hospital bed for 72 hours just on watch. Not
Oh,
in a psych ward, not in a room, not in the works of transport to any type of facility. And I sat there just on my phone, like, how can I do this myself without just sitting here,
right.
just being another number? Because, like, for me personally, I think, or I still believe that the medical field, whether it's a hospital, ER, even outpatient facilities nowadays, just are a failure to mental health in general, whether you're male or female.
Oh, agreed. There's I agree 100%. There's like significant, there's catastrophic failure across the board. Um
Yeah, I personally never liked it. But after that 72 hours, not having any kind of word, I winded up calling my family doctor,
yeah.
had him sign me out of the hospital. I was like, look, you had 72 hours. I'm on my own now. Like I could physically sign myself out after these 72 hours.
Right. So
And
you
there's
said
nothing they
you
can do.
said involuntary. Was that like I don't mean get you don't have to if you, but like was that like a bipolar episode where
Yeah,
like
that was a full on bipolar episode. I fully had a plan mapped out. I was off work that day that had happened. And
mm,
my fiance, who was my girlfriend at the time living with me, had to experience that episode. And while she was on her way to work, that's when she actually called it into like our local EMS.
yeah,
And I was just sitting in my bedroom, just ripping a bong, just thinking about what I was going to do with the day besides execute that plan.
yeah,
And I just remember police knocking on the door. They're like, "Hey, we got this call. It was anonymous. We're
mm,
checking on you." I was just like, "Oh, I'm fine." Slammed the door, tried to go about it.
yeah.
Then I found out what actually had really happened, and at the time, I was pissed. I was
Oh,
furious.
I can only imagine. That's
But
like during that kind of episode in that situation, that's like the ultimate betrayal.
oh, for sure. But
You know,
now reflecting on it, I'm glad that she did it.
absolutely. That's
I'm 100% glad that she did it.
I am too, because like I definitely it's been a pleasure to get to know you and get to talk to you, and even more so on this level. You know what I mean? For the most part, it's been just like you know correspondence back and forth about the show every and whatever happened, whatever comes up, but between that. But like you're a good dude, and you seem like you've got it going. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you've got your head on your shoulders, and you seem like you're a great dad. Um, and like I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, and I'm very glad that you're still here to share this story with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that for sure.
Of course. And I don't we don't hear that enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't hear, you know, hey, we're proud of you even for just getting out of bed and doing what you didn't want to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not like something that we require, but like every now and again, that shit feels really good. I don't know about you, but like every now and again, when I get told that, I'll start crying.
Yeah.
It's and that's just like because it's like, all right, damn, like you took the time to say that. You didn't
Hmm.
have to say that. You know what I mean? Um, and in this world where like everybody is like canceling and shaming parents for their own variant of parenting, like hearing that you're actually doing a good job, like almost feels like a massive weight's been lifted off. because
Oh,
I
for
know
sure.
I know any parent deals with, the doubt of like, fuck, am I doing this right? Like, I don't feel like I'm doing this right. I feel like I'm, causing more harm than good, or you know what I mean? It's tough.
It
Um,
definitely is.
how do you deal with that doubt?
With the doubt, I just kind of keep working. That's one of my bigger outlets is just working,
Yeah.
making and providing money for my family. Um, I haven't had a lot of doubt recently, actually. I have a good job. It's stable. I just got a raise over time.
Hell yeah.
So I just keep working. I know what I'm great at, so that's what I look forward to and just
That's
kind of stick
that's
with.
that's good, dude. That's awesome. And that's a good foundation to, making sure that everything that comes beyond that is going to be permanent and for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, when you take advantage of the opportunities presented to you, they don't stick around for a while.
Right.
When you're moving the way that you move and the way that you're, going about things, all of the good stuff that comes to you lasts a whole lot longer.
It
Um,
definitely does for sure.
so I mean, I'm kudos to you, like big ups to you for real. Out here doing the guy thing, doing the dad thing, doing the husband thing soon. When is that happening?
It was actually supposed to happen last month, but everything's expensive nowadays.
Fucking A.
And me personally, I'm just like, no, I don't want to get married in a court. Even though I keep leaning more towards that side just to
Yeah.
make sure that it actually happens. Because
Right.
like I have this whole like big goal car guy wedding kind of thought in my head, and then
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, things are expensive,
Yeah. Things are very
so
expensive.
and
Tires are
especially
very expensive.
having a kid, a very young age, you kind of
Yeah.
more so put the sole focus into his providing that he needs rather than
Absolutely.
trying to save like for a wedding or anything like that. But I'm sure it'll definitely happen within the next year or two.
That's good. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be exciting. Wow, exciting. Jesus. It's been a long day. All right. I got home from softball and put 3 kids to bed. I got home from softball at 7:45. Okay, and the show starts at 8:30. I've got 3 girls, one of which is 3, one is 5, and the other one is 10.
You definitely have your hands full.
Yeah. And then yeah, I have the other one that's sitting on the couch, but she's self-sufficient. She's here to make sure that they don't come downstairs and like start tearing shit up. Um, but yeah, I mean, I have like zero time to do anything, but I made it happen. So forgive my mistake. I'm pretty exhausted.
No, you're all good.
it's it's dope. I mean, Haley picked up a second job, so she has her daytime job, and then she works at the restaurant up the street. Shout out Sapore. Um, but so on podcast nights, she's been going in a lot more. So it's like I have to scramble to try to find somebody to like come kick it on the couch and make sure that nothing happens upstairs. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
Make sure fists don't get thrown and glass doesn't start breaking, because then we have a problem. But
Oh, for sure.
but yeah, dude, I definitely can't wait to see the car guy wedding. Those are always dope. I'm a sneakerhead myself. I mean, I'm a car
Okay.
guy, but I'm a sneakerhead, so like it's gonna be a little bit of both.
Right.
You know, Probably gonna do a fat burnout in the BMW, and then you know whatever happens from there happens.
Right, yeah. I'm also not a dress up type of guy. I hated dressing up. I hated going into suits.
Really?
Yeah, I absolutely hated it. Like when I told my fiance, I'm like, look, wedding, Nike sweatsuits and Air Forces. I'm fine.
Yeah. Yo, he
But
said, give me the Nike Tech in a pair of Uptowns and call it a day. I
I'd be
love it.
comfortable. If I'm at my wedding, I want to be comfortable.
No, I get that. And I mean, unfortunately, I am 1,000% the type that like I can't fucking wait for like the suit. You know what I mean? I can't wait
Right.
to
Yeah.
like, look all crazy for my wedding night. But we're all gonna have sneakers on, so at least my feet will be comfortable.
Yeah.
Everything else,
That's true.
everything else might be a little uncomfortable, but my feet will be comfortable. I'll be fine.
That's all that matters. As long as the feet's comfortable, you can stand there for hours.
No, for real. Just throw me a pair of Jordans or you know what I mean? Everybody's wearing Jordan 1s at the wedding.
Okay.
That's my thing. That's every guy in my party is going to be wearing Jordans.
Yeah, a good buddy of mine when I graduated with him, he refused to wear any type of dress shoes. He was the only kid in my class that graduated in a pair of Jordan cap and gowns.
What a fucking legend, dude.
He still has those shoes to this day. I
I
don't know if
would
he wears them
too.
anymore, but that was one of the greatest memories of graduation is having teachers be like, "Yo, where's your dress shoes?" He was like, "I got them. They're cap and gowns."
Booyah.
And he walked the stage in them.
Was it the 11s or the 13s?
It was the 11s.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's patent leather, bitch. You can't touch that. These look better than your dress shoes.
Yeah, that's also the same friend that started this high octane collective. He started that a little bit ago.
Yo, what is that? So let's get into that. That's just the self-sufficient toddler chiming in. Um, I want to. Oh God! All right, I want to get into that before we run out of time. Um, what is the High Octane Collective, and like what is it that you guys just like a car group, or like what's that?
So we're a car group, and we also have merchandise. But the collective is supposed to like stand for as like a collective group trying to bring back good to the community.
Right.
Our car show that we did just recently at the beginning of May was a complete all free admission, family friendly,
Yeah.
and just trying to bring more joy and inspiration back to the car community because, like we went over earlier, it's just kind of been a trend setting intersection takeover,
Yeah.
bad rep on anyone who's in the cars.
Yep.
So we're collectively as a group trying to bring back pretty much, for example, OG H2OI days, making it more of a
Man.
motive than it is a trend-setting lifestyle.
Right. That's sick. That's dope. I love that. There's like nothing like that out here. I mean, like there's a couple of like groups, but they're not trying to do the same things that you guys are doing. You know what I mean? They're actually perpetuating the fucking asinine loser fuckboy shit
Yeah.
that the car scene has become these days. Um Connecticut fucking sucks, dude. It's terrible. I want to go down south. The car scene down south is
I
bumping,
want to
dude.
go down south as well. Here in
Bumping. Like,
Pennsylvania, it has its ups and downs, but for you up north, I kind of feel bad.
yeah, it's rough. It's terrible because we have so like 30-40 minutes down 95 south, you have like New Haven where everybody's doing all of the dumb shit. Everybody's shooting, everybody's doing like wild shit.
Right.
And then like 30 minutes north, you got Hartford where like there's no real car scene out here. It's just everybody doing these little takeovers, stealing cars and shooting people.
Hmm.
Like that's all we got. And I'm sure there's fentanyl involved in that somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. See where I'm at in Pennsylvania. I'm at least far enough away from New York. I'm far enough from Philadelphia, so like I'm far enough away from 95 South
Yeah.
where those Jersey residents, New York residents, where they all kind of end of Philly. They just kind of
Yeah.
collide.
Yeah,
So I'm
dude.
definitely far enough away from there. But if I want to go see it, I can.
Oh, that's dope. When I was driving through, I moved at one point from Connecticut to Florida, but my buddy lived up in Canton, PA, and I had to stop and pick up a set of RPF ones from him. So I made the like 6 hour drive straight the fuck out. And then I got lost in like the backside of your state somewhere
Hmm.
with no GPS.
Yeah.
And I literally just drove. It was like a road that was like straight as a fucking arrow. And it was like what felt like 9 fucking 100 miles long. And I lost service down 90% of that road. I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to turn. My GPS is like all gray
Mm.
and it's terrible. And then I got back to like 95 south and then I kind of missed getting lost in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cuz it's terrible. You end up let's see, where did I end up? I ended up coming through, was it the backside? No, straight through like West Virginia, and like that's where I met what the equivalent of 95 South would be, because I know it changes over at some point, but like
Okay. Right.
right down there. And then on the way back up, I got stuck in traffic in Baltimore, and I swear to God, I saw somebody get shot.
I was just in Baltimore last weekend, and surprisingly, it went well.
Surprisingly, it went
I
well.
mean, I was in and out within 24 hours, but
Oh, okay. So
it
yeah,
wasn't
that's
bad.
a little quick. Hey, what's up? And skedaddle,
I went to the aquarium, so I went to where.
where all the Caucasians stay.
Yep. I
You were
went
in.
to the aquarium and then drove. I was not staying within the city of Baltimore. I drove like 15, 20 minutes to the hotel.
That's so funny. It's Manny's actually from Baltimore. I don't know if I told you that.
Okay.
Yo, their accent is so crazy. It's nuts. Like the way that they like the way that they pronounce any word with like an O at the end, like two.
Hmm.
It's, I don't know. It's crazy. Shout out to Baltimore. Aaron, iron, earn, or whatever the hell that one video was. Oh man, these Baltimore cats, dude. It'd be crazy if that one dude comes on the show.
He's got to.
He's
It would be
gotta,
very great. Yeah, it would be crazy.
like, it would be nuts. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle that. That's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure. Son of a bitch. Um, but so, how are you doing today? Like right now, in the moment, like how are you doing? Like,
In the moment, I'd say I'm pretty good. My boat's afloat. I'm sailing along. I haven't had any kind of like downsides or anything of that sort. I mean, I'll get frustrated every now and then, but with being sober and not really smoking, I mean, sometimes my friends say I like to dip my toes in the water. Like I can do it and then not have to worry about it again.
right. So you can
So,
you can dabble.
yep, I can dabble. They say I dip my toes in the water,
It's not a bad saying.
but it's good to be at that point because when I was younger, it was every day,
Right.
all day. That
Yeah.
was my coping mechanism, and now that I have more to life than just smoking weed as a coping mechanism, is just it's a lot better.
That's dope, dude. I pride anybody on their sobriety. It's not an easy thing to do, whether it be alcohol, weed, or any kind of substance, and it definitely doesn't make the mental health struggle any easier. Um, so congrats on that. That's huge. Keep going. I'm proud of you. We're gonna keep pushing in the upward
Right, yeah.
trajectory. You know.
That was my biggest fear, though, when I was coming to it, was having to replace it with something or like replace it with alcohol. I
Mm,
know a lot of scenarios I've heard, like if they quit smoking after a really long time, they switch to alcohol abuse, and I didn't
Yeah.
get to that point. Me, I'll drink. I'll have a few drinks, but like I spent my young age drinking and partying where I
Yeah.
don't even want to do it now. Like after I turned 21, I was like, all right, I'll have a beer or maybe a
Right.
cocktail. But
Yeah. There was a little point in my like adult life where I drank a lot, but I did drink a lot in my like younger days. When I had just turned, I think it was I just turned 18. I had just graduated high school and my parents kicked me out. So I was homeless, had nowhere to go at, you know, 17 or almost 8. I don't remember. I think it was like 18 the next day. And I had nowhere to fucking go. You know what I mean? So like I was kicking it outside and fucking doing, I don't even remember what this where this train of thought was going. Sorry, I saw a fly on the wall. I'm not even kidding. I saw a fly on the wall and I got focused on the fly and lost my entire train of thought. I need to call my doctor and have a refill on my ADHD meds. Fuck. Damn. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sure I'll be laying in bed later on at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna message him.
yeah,
This is what I meant to say on the show. I'm a fucking idiot. No, I'm frazzled, and yeah, it's been a long everything.
I don't blame you on that. I work 9 hours, come home, and then fatherhood. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, on the days that like she's at work, I got two kids that play softball. One kid is on two teams alone, so like it's always I'm always doing something softball related. You know what I mean? So like tonight, the little league major team had a game. It's their final game of the year, and then my middle daughter had a game in the same field adjacent. So like I'm like bouncing back and forth between the two teams, and like
right.
I've got my 3 year old in tow, and then the fun thing about sports is all the parents and all of the sports kids just become these little gremlins causing problems and looking for snacks.
Yep.
So and like every parent knows every kid. So like today, my 3 year old went with one of my daughter's friends on the team, and she's like, I've got her. She's coming with me, and they end up going to the other side of the fucking park, and you don't even worry about it. So that's really cool with the sports things, you know.
Yeah, my son, he hasn't shown any kind of interest in sports yet. However, he goes to car shows, goes to car meets and stuff with me. So almost every other
That's the
weekend,
that's the next best thing.
yep, almost every other weekend, he asks if there's another meet or show coming up. He loves going to them, loves walking around with them.
Are you gonna come to Wicked Big,
Where's that?
Connecticut? I think it's in like Thomaston, Connecticut. Wicked Big Meet. Have you ever heard of it?
No,
What?
I don't think I have.
Stafford Motor Speedway. Wicked Big Meet is it's the largest Subaru meet in the like world.
Oh,
They
see,
have
that's why I haven't heard of it. I'm not familiar with it.
yeah. So I started with my Boobaroos though. You know what I mean? I had 7 of them. 2 of them were WRXs and the other ones weren't shit. But that's where I got my start in the cars was Subarus.
Subarus? Okay.
That was it. I riced out a couple of legacies and then I ended up going into something. I went to a big body legacy, totaled that, and then I like was out of a Subaru for a little bit. And that's when I got the taste of I got bit by the German bug.
Okay.
I picked up a Mark IV Jetta, a Wolfsburg edition Jetta, and riced the fuck out of that thing. Took the fucking hood off. Had a carbon fiber engine cover, carbon fiber intake, fucking ram, all sorts of dumb shit. I had a had a sticker on the back windshield that said Harambe Gang.
Okay.
And it was like massive, dude. It took
Right.
up my
Yeah.
entire back windshield. And I think it was just a fucking clapped. Everybody calls it the most ignorant Mark IV that anybody's ever seen. The
Yeah,
engine.
that's almost every Mark IV now.
Yeah. No kidding. It was. I had bird or bat fucking fenders. The dog leg done fucking rotted out. So they just like
Okay.
they flapped in the wind when I was driving on the highway. They were only held on at the frame rail and the hood.
Okay.
Fucking
Sounds
crazy.
about right.
Yeah. My oil pan was like consistently 3/4 of an inch off the ground at any point in time.
That was my old Rabbit.
Surprisingly, it took me 6 months to pop it.
That's pretty good.
That's a long time. That's a long
Yeah,
time.
it is a long time.
And keep in mind, I was commuting from Connecticut to Rhode Island for school every day.
6 months. That is a really long time. Then
That's a really long time.
Commute.
Like, let's see. When I was doing that commute, I lived 2 minutes up the road from here. I went to New England Technical Institute in Warwick, Rhode Island. It is a 60-mile trip one way.
Okay.
Through various construction zones, and there was one area on 95 where I actually had to get off an exit and then go around because it was where two surfaces met. But if I took that any harder than 25 miles an hour, I was gonna blow everything out. I was on like Raceland coilovers, dude. Shit was disgusting.
That's pretty impressive because a couple of buddies of mine, we drove to Ohio for a friend to buy a really clean 24 valve VR Mark IV Jetta. Drove it back. It was completely stock. Within a month, he put Raceland coilovers on it. It took us 18 hours to do it from how rusted it was from Lake Erie.
Yo, same.
And within 48 hours, he drove it to the gas station. They put gas in it and hit one of those like refill, like the pipes to put gas, like where the gas trucks will refill the gas. He smacked one of those, oil all over the parking lot.
Oh no. Oh man.
That was within 48 hours of putting.
Damn, so 6 months I did pretty fucking good then.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I can't complain. There was it was this one straightaway when I was about to pull into my school, and it was like a really deep just hole with the grate. And I always tried to avoid it. But at this point, one of my buddies was right behind me and I had just gotten it tuned. So I was like, here we fucking go. And I just hauled ass. I didn't see it until the absolute last second and I hit it. But like I didn't hear anything happen, so I didn't think anything of it. And then I pulled up and backed into my parking spot and I saw the little snail trail backing up into the spot with me. And I still at that point, I was like, oh, maybe it was just, coincidence, right? It's a tech school. Everybody here has some modified car. All of them leak oil. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. I got out of my car and then it just looked like a fucking murder scene, just like slowly pooling out.
Yep. I've seen that way too many times.
Yeah, I was
like on my all track. I won't do anything lower than like the lowering springs I have on it now. Because after like 2015, Volkswagen was like plastic oil pans. They're the way or composite oil pans. So I'm not going about that.
I was looking at the hybrid 2-liter oil pan, the hybrid 1.8 2-liter oil pan that was like half steel, half aluminum or whatever, and like shortened. I wanted to do that, and then I wanted to put the engine on like 1-inch poly blocks or steel or aluminum blocks to just pull it off the ground a little bit. But I would have had to notch more out of I was like completely maxed out.
Yeah, a lot of people actually go that route that I know. And the all tracks, thankfully, they came with like raised suspension, but I said fuck the raised suspension and put H&R springs on it.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's like stock height of like a Golf R that you get off the lot now.
That's sick. Fuck
I
yeah.
wouldn't go any lower until I did that hybrid pan.
Yeah, no, you would definitely need to because you're encroaching on dangerous territory there.
Yep.
Oh man, cars. I don't miss it at all. I mean, I do sometimes. I like pulled the resonator out of my car and I pulled the muffler out of the car and I literally custom fabbed an exhaust with my buddy. And then I put an intake on the car and it's like really awake now. And now I want to do more. So
Yep, that's how it goes.
the Taiwanese whirly boy will be coming soon.
Yep, for
It
sure.
it will make spoolie noises and it will hurt a lot of people's feelings. So
That's all that matters.
the car guy is back, unfortunately. It's two very expensive fucking hobbies, Shawn.
It's very expensive hobbies, but smiles per gallon. That's all that matters. Gas prices are too expensive right now.
Cameras and cars equals a lot of cash.
Yeah, it does. Yes,
it's the CCC of the hobby world, the fucking complaint, cause, and correction. Fuck, dude, it's rough, but yeah, we love cars around here. Shawn, dude, it's been a pleasure, man. I really can't thank you enough for like actually taking the time out to be here.
Absolutely.
I know you're a busy guy, and I appreciate you opening up and you being willing to talk about the things that you battle with and the ways that you cope. So it's been a pleasure, man.
I appreciate you having me on here, especially to start Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah, we're kicking it off, baby. This is it. This is the start.
We are kicking it off.
So we're gonna try to. I want to try to do something every day. You know what I mean? I have quite a few pictures from that photo session that I had done for the men's mental health. So I kind of want to utilize that and see if we can make some shit happen.
We'll definitely make it happen. That's for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, man.
All righty. Yes, sir. Ah, man, kicking it off right on the Mental Health Podcast. You heard? Sorry, I'm a little tired. I'm a little loopy. I'm trying to go to bed. Actually, I need to eat a snack because I am hungry, B. I haven't eaten a fucking thing all goddamn day. So I'm starving like Marvin. I'm going to go on ahead and get the fuck up on out of here. Next week, we got Tone Rucker, my boy, Mr. 100 Proof in the building. We're going to get talking about his brand, what it takes to be a local rapper that pushing a whole brand and executing a brand. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And then on the 15th, we have Manny's Mania from Instagram. I just got to call my baby mother real quick. Himself will be here on the podcast. I do have an opening spot on the 22nd. So if you need it, you want to get up here, let me know. We'll make it happen. Everybody, it's been a great night. It's been a pleasure to be rocking with y'all. It's been a pleasure to continue to rock with you guys every week. And I appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity to do so. Catch us live next Monday, live here, 8:30 p.m. Peace.